I'm so excited. So I just got back from our leaders conference, and just amazing seeing thousands of women that are having so much success in their business, and to see what people are doing, and um, just super exciting to see. And when I looked at the room of these thousands of women, I'm like, this is compared to the population in the US, they were saying we're still not in 1% of homes in the United States. You guys believe that? Craziness. Not even in 1% of homes. And then for you guys in like Florida and Georgia, I would be really interested to find out, but I would estimate it's probably like 0.0 something. So it's just so exciting. But then to see it's still a big company, and we just have a long, long ways to go, and it's just amazing to be a part of that. So, okay, so today I wanted to talk about, first of all, bring you guys back to two things. One, if you don't have your 6 dates yet, keep working on that. If you're putting time into other things in your business, I'm just going to be super straightforward. Like, it's kind of a waste of time unless you have dates scheduled, because it's great, to learn all these things, but if you don't have anywhere where you actually implement it and it's going to help your business get up and going, it's kind of not really worth your time. So just keep focused on that. If you don't have that yet, let me know the dates if you do. Just so I love Lauren. She was a great example. And after she did her first demo, she texted me and said, this is how it went with things, and this is when people came, and I love that. Keep doing that for those first few ones, because that's where a lot of the training one-on-one with you guys will happen, where and I'll connect with you, Lauren, when we can chat today more about that. But please, after you do each one, connect with me, because I can kind of help from what you tell me know where I need to do more training with you on, based on what happens at your party and how many people show and bookings and those kind of things. So that's the first thing, is keep working on that. That is the foundation of your business. It's just so great when you get to where you don't know anyone that you're doing parties for, and it's all self-perpetuating. So it's just worth like getting that plane in the air, right? Going 100% throttle. But then once the plane gets up in the air, right, it doesn't have to be at 100% throttle anymore. It just is kind of, it's flying, right? So that's really how your business works, and that's how getting going works. So just remember that. If it feels crazy right now, it doesn't always feel crazy once you get up and going and have your calendar full to where you want it. So the other thing I wanted to really get back to is this mindset that you're doing the biggest favor for people and blessing people so much by having them do a party. I have done parties, you guys, for college students. I've done them for 85-year-old women. I have done them for people that you can hardly even walk in their house because their house is so full of stuff. I've done parties in little teeny, like 400 square foot apartments. I've done them in $1 million homes. So I really have seen that there's not anyone that would not be really blessed by having a party. Everyone knows a couple people that could come and be super excited about the products. So it's really key to have that foundational belief that everyone can have a party no matter what, and everyone would be super, super blessed and grateful that you shared and encouraged them to do it, because that always happens with me. I've never had anyone be like, oh, I can't believe you talked me into doing this. Like, they're always like, that was so awesome. And I have had 3 people where I had to give them stuff because they not earn, if nobody showed up or a few people came. I've had it happen twice, where I've had a couple people come. I've only had it happen once. I did a college students party, and she had a couple guys come and 1 girl, and none of them ordered. Anyway, but out of hundreds and hundreds of parties, that's pretty amazing, right? And I've had a couple times where they did not earn the 350 level gifts. Can you guys believe that? I've only had that happen a couple times. Probably I can count it on one hand, like maybe 4 times in 7 years out of hundreds and hundreds of parties. It's crazy. So as long as you're doing your job and learn how to help them connect with people, what to say. So I'm going to talk some more about how to do that, how to help the hostess get more sales at her party, and then also how to get more bookings, some more ideas on that. If you guys did not, Brittany, did you get to watch last week's? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs up. Did you watch the link from last week? Awesome, good job. Okay. Oh, sorry, I'm saying Lauren. Brittany, I can't see you.
Yes.
So if you didn't watch the one from last week, really, really critical, and the one before as well. I do have, I don't remember if I sent out to everyone the one from the week before. If I didn't send it to you, I do have the link, so just text me if you want the one from the week before. Oh, good job. You saw both this weekend. Good job, Brittany. Thank you. Anyway, so those things are super foundational. So listen again if you need, get the verbiage in those down. But again, don't get to that yet if you don't have 6 date yet. Keep working on doing better demos. Keep working on letting people try your cloths for a few hours or a day, and work on that first. So At the party, a few different things. One is a lot of hosts will get orders. A lot of people get orders before their party. So it's all about the expectation you set. That's what I love about this business is, or actually it's a beautiful thing about life. Whatever the expectation you set is, that's the expectation people will have. So with the hostess, you can offer some kind of incentive of saying, hey, if you get 3 orders before your party, there's a lot of, you can Google it or on Norwex's website as well. There's a hostess tic-tac-toe. It's a really great resource, super easy to find. And you can either type it in the search Nora, and I'm going to show you guys here, if you haven't used this feature on your website, let me see, I'm going to share the screen here. Basic, share. Okay, so I'm just going to show you guys on the Norwex website. Darn it, it's like I need to open a new tab, but this panel's in the way. Can I move it? There we go. Okay. So I'm just going to go to the Norwex website and show you really quickly. Let me log in. Sorry, I wasn't already logged in because I just thought this would be helpful to do. Anyway, if you guys haven't been going through the new consultant training, again, don't spend time on that until you get your 6 parties scheduled. But after you get them scheduled, there's a lot of good videos. There's a great little house. And this is the thing, and I talked about this with Lauren. We did a one-on-one call before her first party, but keep it focused on those Safe Haven 5 products and then add them up at the end. That's really all you want to show. And somebody at conference, because this is kind of a new concept for me, guys, and I'll be honest, like I'm a really high seller. I have a very high party average, but I'm never there for like only a half hour for my demo and then a half hour later. I'm usually at the party for a couple hours because I love to connect with people. We have so many amazing products. I didn't want to go to Norwex. And so I was really skeptical about like really only talk about 5 products in the MOP. Like not sure if my sales would be as high, if people would, because they buy what I talk about, right? Because then the desire's there and they want it because they know how awesome it is. And so I was really skeptical, but there were several top leaders training there at the leaders conference that I was just at. I got to speak at it, which was really fun. Anyway, and they were saying how they've done this, and they asked this great question, like, do you want to be the top seller, or do you want to be the best like recruiter and growing a team and affecting more homes and lives? And I thought that's a really good way to put it, because yeah, I might sell more if I'm talking about more products, but this is the key. So this is kind of how it works, and I think this mindset is really going to help you guys. You do the party, you talk about the 5, you do the MOP. For your giveaways, you highlight 1 or 2 other products that you want to talk about. So I'm going to be doing spare nets, body cloth, and then maybe a toothbrush for when I have parties with at least 10 people. That way I can kind of mention on those products as well. And also when you stack the host rewards, right, that will also give you another opportunity to briefly mention as you show each thing if it's not in the Safe Haven 5. So there are going to be ways you're impacting that more than just the Safe Haven 5. The beauty of it is people are going to be less overwhelmed. They're going to be very clear on where they need to start to really detox and change their home and their lifestyle with cleaning. But also what's really cool about it is you guys are going to want to set up, and I wouldn't do this yet, but I want you to have this in your mind so that as you're moving forward, you kind of know what the plan is and what the expectation is and how this works, is having a VIP page where on Facebook, you have a group, it's your VIP group, and you just you add your customers, invite them to join that. And you guys, so one of my top leaders, so cool. She's been doing this for 3 years. She makes a 6-figure income. She works very hard. So if you're doing this part-time, don't expect it'll be that fast. But she is like a rock star. She's one of the top people in the company. She has 5 kids too. It's crazy. I don't know how she does it, but well, I do. That's what I did. Now that I'm more part-time, it's really nice. Anyway, but she has a VIP group where she gets on average about $2,000 in sales every month. That's from her VIP group. So it's not things that she's having to go out and find new customers and do more parties. She has $2,000 in sales, which the commission on that is $700 on January through November. The commission on that $700 a month just from not really doing much. She gets on there and will go live occasionally or do posts once or twice a week, but that's all. What she does is she invites everyone via text after the party once she follows up to make sure they got their products. And that's super easy for you guys to do. Once you get going and are doing your 6 parties, you're going to want to use Project Broadcast. It's $10 a month, and it allows you to automatically set up all these texts. So your customer care, coaching your hostesses is going to be 1,000 times easier because I will share the campaigns with you. You just plug it in. and automatically your hostess coaching is going to happen on the right timing, and automatically your customers are going to get follow-up on the right timing. So that's really, really helpful. Anyway, but when, this is the key though. So, but just having this expectation right now is really key, because when you're at your party, you're going to want to try and mention, it's really important to me that you love your products. There's a 100% satisfaction guarantee, 60-day money back guarantee on everything, and the 2-year warranty and all of our microfiber. So it's, but I know I taught you a lot, and this is a big mind shift, right? It's a whole new concept for cleaning. And you guys, my VIP group, I have not been working it very well at all. So this is something I'm learning from her, which I love. She's under me, but we all learn from each other. It's beautiful. Because we all have different gifts and talents and things that we bring and try and use, even though we didn't learn it from anyone, right? Anyway, so, but she'll say at the party, so you're definitely going to want to be in my VIP group. I do giveaways there regularly every month. But best of all, it's going to really help you know how to use your stuff. And be really happy with what you have. There's tons of ideas and amazing things in there. So she mentions it at the party, and then in the follow-up, she sends the text with the link after she said, how are you liking your products? And in fact, she invites them right after the party. So like the day after, she'll say, thank you so much for your order on Sarah's party. And on Project Broadcast, you guys, it lets you plug in people's names. So you don't have to go in and manually do all this. You just, for this whole group of text that you enter, you plug in Sarah as the host name, and it will auto-populate Sarah. So it's really fabulous. Anyway, but she sends them out like right after the party. She also, and I've had great success with this, I'll say, you know, we're going to be closing it out tomorrow. So if there's anything else you want to add while you're already paying shipping, just send me a text, you know, reply to this text. And I am so shocked with how many people, since I started doing that, actually add to their order. Anyway, so, but then when she says, how are you liking your products? They'll say, oh, yeah, I love them. And she'll say, okay, remember that link that I sent just a couple texts back? Click on there and go on my page and just post a quick review, and you'll get entered into my drawing this month. And what she's created, the reason she gets so many orders is people are constantly going on there, posting reviews so they can get in the drawing, and then people are basically selling it to each other. Like, she's not on there like selling it to everyone all the time. They're seeing all the other customers' reviews and saying how much they love their different things that they got, and that's how she has so much income from her VIP group. So anyway, you have to start somewhere, right? Again, this isn't something you're going to start like right away, but it's something that I want you to have in your mind as you're moving forward. That's really going to help you have a consistent extra income from your, can you imagine $700 a month, like with just getting on there and posting once or twice a week? Like, pretty amazing, right? And it's not going to happen right away. That's after several years of building and regularly doing parties. But even if it's an extra $50, right? That's fantastic if one person orders. Anyway, so I was going to show you on here for the Hostess Tic-Tac-Toe. Let me see if I can move this. Yes. You guys see right here, this Ask Nora. If you haven't used this feature, if you ever need to find anything, if you're like, oh, where is that? I can't remember where it was. Usually 99% of the time, if you click on Ask Nora, you can type in the box whatever it is you're looking for. So if you're looking for the Hostess Tic-Tac-Toe, sorry, my internet, we just upgraded to like a ton faster internet, and it seems so slow. And if you guys didn't see the announcement about Photo 5, you didn't get that email, read the email, you guys. It's super exciting for your invites and for your, you know, things online and things like that. I'm going to type in Tic-Tac-Toe, Tic-Tac-Whoa, huh? I wonder if there's, I'm just going to say Tic-Tac. Okay, and see what it pulls up. And then it should pull that up that you can, there you go. It is called Tic-Tac-Whoa Host Flyer. So it's a game, and it has on there some great expectations that if you have a hostess that's very motivated, and I'll show you guys here, it's great because you're going to set up that expectation for different things, you know, that she can do that are going to get her additional products from you. And there's a lot of people that are really motivated by extra free stuff, or they're just competitive. And so this is really good. But this is a great thing for all of your hostesses. If they do it, great. And if not, then that's okay too. But anyway, really, really great resource right there. So, okay, let me go back to, well, we'll just leave it there. Anyway, actually, well, that way, let me see how to stop sharing my screen. Oh, there we go, stop share. Okay, so we're back. Anyway, so the next thing that I want to talk about with the expectation that's going to help your sales at parties is after the party, the expectation you set with the hostess is really, really critical. So, you know, maybe she had 3 people come, maybe she had 10 people come. It doesn't matter how big the party is. You're always going to want to set the same expectation. You're just going to want to say, you know, first always start with positive, right? Like, you did so great. And everyone who came was so excited and so grateful, right? But then you're going to want to say, now tell me, were there other people that weren't able to come that you know would be so blessed by this? And they're always going to say, oh yes, totally. And I will tell you that, then I'll say most hosts will get at least $200 to $300 in outside orders from people who did not attend the party. That is a true statistic. Like that really is. When I tell my hosts that happens all the time. In fact, I've had parties where I left and my sales were 100 and I got up to $1,000. The party was 1,000 when I closed it because the host went out and just talked to everybody and gathered orders. So it's important to set that expectation. So let her know the average hostess gets $200 to $300 in orders from people who did not attend the party. So I really encourage you, make a list of people, whether they're in town or not, anywhere in the United States, it can ship to. So make a list of anyone that you feel like would really be benefited by this, and reach out to them. There's a few things I want you to say that really, really help. One is like truly share your enthusiasm, like be sincere, whatever you're excited about. Like the Safe Haven 5, that's where I would start. And just say, oh my goodness, for less than $100, you can detox your whole house. You're set for years and years on your cleaning product. It's crazy. And you can really get rid of everything in your whole house, aside from maybe toilet bowl cleaner. That's probably like the only other thing that it doesn't replace. Anyway, and then I would say add-on care notes to that, because those like are killer. You can do so many things and jobs that you couldn't do maybe with just paste. Anyway, so Safe Haven 5, sincerely share why she's excited with them. So I would say, if you're super excited that there's no streaks, or if you are wowed by the paste and your cooktop, or whatever it is, briefly share. Like you don't want to make it a long time, but briefly share what you're excited about. Let them know there's that 2-year guarantee on all the microfiber, 2-year warranty. And there's the 100% satisfaction guarantee. So I want the hostess telling this to every guest who is potentially going to order, because they're a lot more likely to order if they realize, oh, and I want her to say, like, if you are not happy with it, you can totally get your money back. But I promise you're going to be blown away. It is amazing. I'm so excited for you to get it. It's pretty life-changing. It really saves you so much time and money. It's amazing. So just have her, coach her to say that to each person as she follows up. Another option, you guys, and I'm super excited about this. I don't know if you got an email or not about this. They just announced at our conference that Norwex is has made a contract with Squee. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Squee. Anybody ever heard of it? Yes? No? Okay. It's an online service that basically is like a virtual living room. The problem with Facebook parties is that Facebook keeps changing all the regulations, and it makes it so hard. A lot of guests are not seeing stuff just because Facebook is making it really hard for them to see your posts unless they're directly in the group. So the cool thing about Squee is whether people are on Facebook or not, it's just a link that the hostess text or messages to them. They click on it that night at the time of the party, and it's just like you're doing a home party, except for if people are doing it from their computer, or they can do it from their phone. It's easier from the computer because you can see better. But it's really amazing. It has some really cool features. It's super simple. But the cool thing is that Norwex has a template already set up for all of you that was developed by our top online selling consultants. So it's a really great way to have your business be not just home parties. But I've had a lot of hostesses where we did a home party and then we did an online event with it, and their sales went way higher because they had lots of friends from Texas and they were living here in Utah. And so they ordered. So it's a great option to offer to your host if she has people that are out of town or a lot of people that couldn't come. The nice thing about the Squee is it's super easy for you because it's all already done in a template. You just need to kind of learn how it works, which we'll be doing an online event with our team in the next week here on Squee if you guys want to join in that, to kind of get a feel for what it's like. But super simple. Anyway, but that's another good option, is offering and doing an online event after the home party, which can really help boost your sales and get more bookings and more recruits because you're reaching more people. So anyway, so that is all. Just set that expectation, get in the habit of doing that. And then last thing I want to talk about, and then we'll open it up to some questions here, and I'll be really brief. So there's a really good resource once you have your 6 parties booked. If you're like, you know what, while I'm cleaning, I want to like learn a little bit more, get the skills, develop the tools that you have to use a little bit more than where you're currently at. There's a really, really good, it's like a blog, I guess, from the top consultant in Norwex. And it's called succeedandshinetraining.com. And her name is Chris Carlson. We're all under her. And she has podcasts that are fantastic on strong starting your business. So I highly recommend those. Again, focus on getting your 6 parties first, but then really great to go through those. And then also on YouTube, you can search Chris Carlson, K-R-I-S. In fact, I'll show you. I'll share the screen here. What that looks like here. So it's Chris Carlson, K for her name, and then the Chris Carlson YouTube. And just search her on YouTube. And she has fabulous YouTube videos that have like really, really good tips. I think this is her YouTube channel right there. And she has a Strong Start series that's video series now. And I wonder if that's going to pull up. Anyway, so just Google her on YouTube and you'll see the Strong Start series down here. And I really recommend going through that when you can, because it's like top notch from the top person in the company. Everything I know, I learned from her and my upline who's worked directly under her, who's trained her. And it works. It really works. And it's really funny. I had one of my, here, we'll stop sharing the screen now. You guys saw her name, but there you go. Here's her website and here's her YouTube channel with, anyway, but you want to do the Strong Start series one is what you're looking for. These are like her ones she did on products, but she has a lot of tips. But start with the Strong Start because that's about really getting your business off this one, obviously. So anyway, so she is fabulous and I highly, highly recommend that. So, but she has a really good training on overcoming objections. And I feel like this is a skill that's really helpful to learn right at the beginning. There's a lot to focus on in your first party. So really, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Maybe just stay focused on those top 5 products, asking everyone like we talked about last week. But if you can, if you feel like, you know, I'm getting all this, I don't feel overwhelmed, the next step I would say learning how to overcome objections, because that's key. So I would probably say half the parties that I've done in the last 7 years have been from people that originally said no or who weren't sure. You know what I mean? I said, again, always keep an open-ended question, right? I said, what would you think of having a party? And they always came back with something like, well, my house is so small, or everybody I know is here. Like, that's what I hear all the time. That's probably the number one thing people tell me when I ask them about doing a party, what they would think. But guess what? So many of those people who tell me they're concerned end up booking a party because I use what she talks about, the feel, felt, found. I totally know how you feel. I felt the same way, like when I first booked, because we'd already had, like, I'm not exaggerating, 30 parties in my neighborhood. And I just wasn't sure, like, if anybody would come. I don't have any family that lives close. And I did have some friends come and they were so grateful. It's like totally made a huge difference in their lives. They totally use everything all the time now. And it was so glad that I did it. And I got so much for free. So what would you think? Like, would a weekend be good for you or a weeknight? Again, so just going right into offering, like we talked about last time, offering a choice between 2 positives. And then again, if they say, no, yeah, you know, that's okay. You say totally no worries. If you're loving it, reach out to me because you know how much everybody you know will be so excited. I keep the door open. And I've had a lot of people that said no at the party and then they booked later because I followed up and did good customer care automatically, right, through text, and then they decided to book because they tried it and then they were excited. So anyway, okay, well, let's open it up here. So if you can, listen to her, just Google that, Overcoming Objections, and she has it. I think it's a video. I know she has a podcast on her Succeed and Shine training blog or on her YouTube. I'm not sure if she has a video on there, but that's a really good skill just to kind of feel confident in, of feel, felt, found, and try and relate to people and help them to really see it could be such a blessing to them to do a party and to all their friends that they do it and share it with. So any questions you guys have? Well, that's easy. Anyway, so, okay, well, that's really everything I wanted to talk about today. Again, keep it simple. And the other thing that I was going to mention about doing the Safe Haven 5 party, which I was really thought, you know, I'm actually really excited about that, is Debbie Bolton at our conference. She's the founder. I'm really excited for you guys to get to know her. She's amazing. But she talked about how one of the top leaders who is like been top in sales in the whole company, like been very, very successful. She came to her and said, you know, I just can't keep doing this, being gone from my family, like 4 nights a week. Like she was really like, she did it on a crazy schedule. And so I'm gone for like 3 or 4 hours. And anyway, so Debbie said, you've got to stop doing that. Like do the Safe Haven 5, be in an hour there in an hour and a half max. And I'm like, oh my goodness, how would that be? Like to go into a party, leave at 6:30 for my 7 o'clock party if I'm not driving too far, and then to be home by 9 o'clock, you know, because a lot of times I'm home at like 10 or 11 because I just love to visit and I love to get out and I do really enjoy it. And so I guess if you're just doing 1 night a week, it's not so bad. But the thing that I think she talked about, well, they did talk about, which is also really powerful, is the leaders who've been like trying this and doing this like as a pilot program have said they've been getting more bookings. And I think it's because people are like, oh, that was easy. Like it didn't take all night. It wasn't hard, you know. anyway, so I think it makes you, one, more duplicatable for people to sign up and be like, oh, I can do what she did. That was easy, right? And then also, two, it makes the guests there think, oh, that was really easy and that was really fun, more open to having in their home because it's not such a big, long thing. So I'm really excited to be doing that. And hopefully that will be really helpful for you guys going into it as well, and just to get home sooner and make it really easy for guests because people are busy, you know. So, okay, anything else? Any other questions you guys thought of? Last
Amy, what was the blog website info again?
Awesome. All right, well, please text me dates as you guys have stuff. Vendor events are a really good way to go. Jenna's been coordinating and doing some of those. But if you're starting to feel like if you're not getting to those 6 like you need to, that can be a great way, especially where you guys live where nobody knows about it. So let me know if that's something you're interested in learning about or doing. And again, it gets so easy once you get up in the air, once you've got past the 100% throttle. So just keep that in mind as you are, and because our products are so amazing and sell themselves in the host program. But just really remember that as you're pushing through and working hard, that it's going to get a lot easier and it will be worth it when you have this consistent business with people you don't know. So have a great week, you guys. Reach out if you have any questions. Thanks for getting on.